Hey guys, welcome to another video. So if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Aldrich and I'm currently in my senior year taking up management economics, which is basically a mix of business and economics. Okay, so in this video, I'll be sharing with you how I screen for stocks in the Philippine markets, to be more specific, right? So the Philippine market is relatively smaller compared to the US. So the stock exchange here in the country would only contain around 300 companies listed, right? In comparison to the US, where there are around 4,000 plus companies listed in their exchange. So screening for stocks here in the Philippines is much simpler, right? So what I do, I use this website called Investagrams, and I basically look through each stock since there's only 300 stocks here in the country. So what I mainly do is use simple indicators, right? Like the exponential moving average, right? So basically what this does is depending on the time frame or depending on the period that you set here in this indicator, it would calculate the average prices uh, during a certain period of time. Say for example, if I set the input to 10, this basically calculates the average price that the stock is trading at for the past 2 weeks. Whereas if I set this to 200, for example, it calculates the average price of the stock for the past 200 days, or basically 1 year, right? Considering the considering that we didn't include the holidays and also non-trading days. Okay, so what I mainly use is the following. So I use the 10-day, the 20-day EMA. Let me add it here. 20, 50-day, and 200. Okay, let me just change the colors so that it would be easier to identify. So black for 200. All right. So what the EMAs tell you is basically it allows you to assess whether or not we are in a bull market or bear market. So bull market basically means that prices are uptrending, and bear market means that prices are in a downtrend. So, of course, we want to be investing or trading stocks during uptrends because that's where money is made. However, as we can see here in the chart of the PSEI, which is basically the index for the top 30 companies here in the Philippines, the price the price is in a downtrend since it's trading below all of the moving averages, which means that people who bought in the past 10, 20, 50, and 200 days are losing money right now. Okay? So, to screen for the companies, which is the main topic of this video, what I do is start from the company with the most volume, basically the number of shares being traded, or the peso equivalent of the shares being traded for the day. So, of course, we start with SM. It's a big cap, right? It's trading below all of the EMAs, not a good sign. You want to be looking for stocks that are trading above the EMAs, which means that it is outperforming the index. And that's where you want to put your money in. Okay? BDO below, BPI below as well. ICT, this is our first good candidate, right? It's trading above the longer term EMAs, right? But it's trading sideways right now. So it's something that we can watch out for a potential buy, right? So ICT is one. Meralco, well, it broke below all of the short and medium term moving averages, but when we look at the long term moving average, it's still hovering above it. And if we add the 100-day EMA, we can see that it would trade above. Let's see if my prognosis is correct. Yes, it is trading above the EMA 100, slightly dipped below it today, but for the most part, it was trading above the 100-day EMA, right? And I remember my mentor who taught me basically the knowledge that I have right now. He mentioned that the EMA 100 is usually the EMA of last resort, meaning if the price breaches below the 100-day EMA, that is a big red flag, right? Because the probability of going or the probability of the price going down is even higher once it breaks a major moving average like the 100-day EMA. Okay, so this is something that could alert a lot of investors. Okay. Next, let's look at Ayala Land, also a good company right now. When looking at price action, right, it's trading above all of the 100-day, all of the EMAs. Something that you can add in your watch list. PLDT, big red flag. Look at that sharp drop, right? Not a good stock to be buying. Same goes for AC, Ayala Land. So yeah, basically I just go through all of these tickers and identify the strongest companies as shown by the price trading above all of their EMAs. Look at PhilWeb, right? Trading above all of its EMAs. Jollibee, still trading below. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to mention is that you need to make sure that the price is trading above the 200-day EMA. But when we look at Jollibee, for example, it is trading above some short-term EMAs, but it's still below the 200-day EMA, which is why during this day, we can see that a lot of people were still selling the stock, right? Because this is a major resistance, right? So people for the past 200 days who bought Jollibee just broke even, right, from this during this day, which is why they decided to sell at break even, right? Okay, let's look at the other companies. Pure Gold is another good company since it's trading above, but this does not necessarily merit you to buy the company, right? You need to wait for consolidations within the uptrend before you enter, right? You need to look at the pauses, okay? So let me try to illustrate to you what I mean. So normally in an uptrend, we know that it goes like this, right? But then there would be some dips here and there as people take profits. And it is during this time where you want to be buying, right? During the quiet parts of the uptrend. And as selling or profit taking stops, that just means that there would be below average volume or what's called drying volume. That's where you want to buy, right? Before the uptrend continues. You don't want to be buying like around here, right? Because chances are people would already be taking their profits at those levels, right? But that's outside the scope of the video, right? I can make another video regarding the basics of different setups that you can take when buying stocks. So yeah, I just go through all of these charts manually. It's nothing too complex, right? And there you have it. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested to learn more about myself and my trading journey, feel free to watch this video right here. Thank you and see you next time. Bye bye.